Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I can have your attention real quick, we need to make a quick announcement. I'm Jean Culpepper, and this is my assistant, Audrey Escher. We direct tonight's play. The circumstances surrounding our production are a little unusual.
As you probably noticed on your program, air is spelled H-E-I-R, murder in the air, get it?
Yes, well, as I was saying, we are very flattered when Billy St. John, who wrote Murder in the Air, asked us to perform his play's premiere production.
Actually, it was a work in progress, and he made changes and rewrites throughout the rehearsal period.
And while it was very exciting to be a part of creating a brand new work, it put quite a pressure on us, the playwright, and the cast.
You got that right.
Hush, Jake. Actually, she should be unseen and unheard until curtains open. Sorry about that. The cast, as well as ourselves, are feeling a bit nervous though, because, well, it's not quite finished.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to go on. The show must go on, as somebody once said. I don't know who said it, but I'd love to get my hands around his neck.
Anyway, as I was saying, the play isn't quite finished. You see, it's a murder mystery, and a large amount of the characters have a motive to kill. Well, you'll see who.
The thing is, Mr. St. John couldn't make up his mind which character should be the killer. In fact, he wrote several different endings where the various suspects were revealed to be the murderer.
And we performed them all for him, and as it got closer and closer to opening night, the tension in the air, that's AIR, grew so thick you could cut it with a spork.
It got so bad, Mr. St. John had what I feel sure will prove to be a temporary breakdown. The reason that he's not here with us tonight is because he's personally under heavy sedation in a very nice place surrounded by softballs with lots of padding.
Some people have all the luck. Anyway, the cast, crew, and ourselves are here though, and we're determined to provide an entertaining show for you, even if it kills us. That's just a figure of speech, of course. Anyway, this brings me to our main point of being up here. If you look in your program, you see we've inserted a loose slip of paper, a ballot of sorts. As you watch the first act, you'll find out which characters have a motive to kill someone who will indeed be dead by the time the act ends.
During intermissions, we need you to check on your ballot which character you think is most likely to be the killer. Give your ballot to one of the ushers before you take a break for intermissions.
We'll tally them quickly, and for the second act, the cast will perform the scene Mr. St. John chose for the character that won the ballot. At least that's what we hope will happen. It got very confusing during rehearsals.
It's a wonder we didn't kill the playwright.
Quiet. Look, we might as well get started. We saved ourselves a seat there in the front row where we can follow in the script and help out if things get a little shaky, which they won't, but just in case. Are you ready, cast? As ready as we're gonna be.
Then, let's do it. Lights.
Nancy, please. You know Mr. Starkweather is resting in the room just in the doorway.
I'm sorry, Miss Withers, but you startled me.
My apologies, but I dare say a slight scare will do you no harm. However, for a man in his 90s in Mr. Starkweather's condition, could prove fatal.
Yes. I think this terrible storm has me feeling a little edgy.
Yes, it is a tempestuous evening. I presume all the guests have been shown to their rooms?
Yes, well, all but Mr. Starkweather's grandson, the third. But it's a long drive from his college, and with this storm, you know.
I certainly hope we can start without him. It's already past Mr. Starkweather's bedtime, and he must have his rest.
Yes, ma'am.
I assure you, Miss Withers, the room is spotlessly clean.
I certainly hope so. Mr. Starkweather's asthmatic medical condition makes the merest mote of dust potentially lethal.
I have been Mr. Starkweather's housekeeper for many years before you came here. I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. You brought the coffee?
Yes, it's right here on the table, Miss Trent.
Good. Then go back to the kitchen and help Minerva with the rest of the refreshments.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Starkweather gave specific instructions that everyone be in the drawing room at 8 o'clock sharp. I'll ask Bensonhurst to fetch the guests from their rooms.
Mr. Starkweather will be there.
I done got all the cars parked in the garages like you told me.
As I told you, oh, why waste my breath? You're dripping water all over the foyer. Why did you enter through the front door, Rufus? I've told you a million times, servants never enter through the front door.
I reckon I forgot, Mr. Bensonhurst. Besides, it's raining out there.
I'm aware. It now looks as if it's been raining here as well, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Go back the way you came and maneuver yourself around to the back door. Do you think you can manage that?
I don't know, but I suppose I'm gonna find out.
When the last guest, young Mr. Simon, arrives, I'll summon you to park his car for him.
Oh, good. While I wait, I'll sit by the stove and see if I can grow some gills.
Don't be impertinent.
How can I be if I don't know what it means?
Just do as you're told. Go to the kitchen and wait there until I call for you. Not that way. Have you already forgotten that I told you to go around to the back door?
No, but I was hoping you had.
That man is an idiot.
I heard that.
Where do you want this one, Minerva?
On the coffee table. Careful with it.
Yes, ma'am. I think everything's ready now.
You think wrong. Place the cups on the saucer so all we'll have to do is pour the coffee.
The other one coming down, Miss Van Zandt informed me that Mr. Starkweather wishes for the staff to be present as well.
He wants the staff here.
Precisely, even Rufus. Had I been informed of this fact sooner, I would have ordered him to take it back. He has been out in the rain parked a car, so perhaps that'll help.
If you ask me, Noah's flood wouldn't have helped.
Be that as it may, I shall summon him and Miss Trent.
What do you want all the service now?
I'll pull up a crystal ball and let you know. Do you remember I told you when you came to work here?
Yes, do as you're told and don't ask questions.
Exactly. Stick to that.
I won't.
Oh dear, I never know what to wear on special occasions. I suppose Uncle Simon inviting us here is a special occasion. Isn't it, Jordan?
I suppose so, when you consider that most of the time he treats us like lepers.
You think Simon treats us like jungle cats?
Not leopards, Mother, lepers. Oh, forget it. And don't worry, Mother, you look fine.
Thank you, son.
I'll tell you one thing. If we were to ever inherit this mausoleum, the first thing we should do is call up the Adams family and let them know it's on the market.
Counting chickens, are we?
Minerva, we didn't see you and your young, attractive helper over there.
Nancy is a nice girl, and I mean for her to stay that way.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I doubt that.
I don't understand.
I believe that. Miss Fiona, why don't you have a seat? I'll bring you a cup of coffee.
Coffee? That sounds nice. It's a little damp in here.
That's because it's a lot damp out there. How do you take it?
Mother prefers hers black. I like mine sweet. I'll flavor it myself.
Whatever.
Oh, what lovely hors d'oeuvres. These are delicious.
I'm glad you like them.
You're looking very pretty tonight, Nancy.
Sir.
Sir, that makes me feel as old as Great Uncle Simon. Call me Jordan.
She'll call you Mr. Starkweather the way proper maids should. And if anyone were to call you another name, it'll be me. And you don't want to know which one I'm thinking.
Minerva, you never change.
Neither do you. More's the payment. Well, take a seat next to your mother.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
My goodness, Kathy. I don't see how y'all can stand living out here in the boonies, away from the fine restaurants and shopping centers. Well, I get so depressed, I just sit down and weep.
It's not that bad, Paula. I stay here during the week and go to my apartment in town most weekends.
I am so relieved to hear that.
I worked for a large corporation before Mr. Starkweather hired me to be his personal assistant. And believe me, this position is much nicer.
Look at what we have here. 2 rays of sunshine to dispel the gloom. You look beautiful, ladies.
Shame on you, Cousin Jordan. You're a rogue and a charmer.
I do my best. Won't you join us?
Have a seat over there. You'll be safer. I'll bring you some coffee.
Thanks, Minerva. I take mine black.
Load mine down with lots of cream and sugar. I must admit, I have an enormous sweet tooth.
Maybe that's what causes the corn chub accent.
And how are you this evening, Cousin Fiona?
What? Oh, me? I'm very well. Thank you, Paula.
That's just peachy. I swear, I don't know why we don't see more of one another. It seems the only time we get together is for somebody's funeral.
Well, all funerals for somebody.
Shame on you! Don't be morbid, Cousin Jordan. I'm glad this week is an exception for the rule. For once, no one is dead.
For now, anyway.
Oh, that's okay, honey. You didn't spill any.
What did you mean by that remark, Jordan?
Oh, nothing. It's just that when we were called to Grand Uncle Simon's for the weekend, at first, I assumed that he had passed on.
You wish.
I started to pack my new black dress.
It was a natural assumption. I mean, he is up in years and in bad health. I was just relieved the old boy is still with us, of course.
Kathy Allen, I bet you know why Great Uncle Simon required our presence this frightful evening. Come on, tell.
Miss Van Zant will go into the particulars, but I believe Mr. Starkweather wishes to discuss his will.
Really?
I'd appreciate if you didn't drool all over the hors d'oeuvres.
You misjudged me, Minerva. I was surprised, that's all.
Uh-huh.
Where's Cousin Simon? Shouldn't he be here too?
When I contacted him last week, he said he could make it. Apparently he's going to be late. If he's trying to call down here tonight, he couldn't get through. The phone lines are down.
Well, he should be here. After all, he is Great Uncle Simon's only grandchild.
Yeah, he'll probably get everything.
Excuse me. You're doing great, guys. You really are.
Folks, I suggested to Mr. St. John that these family relations might be a bit confusing. He agreed and said he was going to write a scene on it when he,
Snapping like a rubber band.
So I'll just go ahead and explain it. The family tree might be in your programs as well. Here's how it works. Simon Starkweather, the old billionaire, whom you'll meet shortly, married late in life and produced one son, Simon Jr. Simon Jr. in turn married and produced one heir, Simon III, the college student who's late for the gathering. The original Mrs. Starkweather, Simon II, and his wife are now deceased. Old Simon's eldest brother, Paul, had a daughter, Bella, who married Lucien Thompson, an Atlanta businessman, and they produced Paul here. Paul, his wife, Bella, and Lucien are now deceased. Old Simon's younger brother, John, married and produced Ezra, who married Fiona. And they had Jordan. This is Jordan, but you know that already. Anyway, John, his wife, and Ezra are now deceased. I realize that's a lot of dead people, but if they would have been included in the play as well, it would have looked like a marching band had wandered into the living room. Believe me, it was hard enough moving everyone on the stage as it was. Anyway, old Simon is Fiona's uncle by marriage, and is Jordan and Paula's great uncle. That makes Jordan, Paula, and young Simon cousins. Second or third cousins. I don't really understand how that works.
Sorry for the interruption. Carry on.
We don't have the foggiest notion where we are.
I'm not even sure where I am anymore.
Sorry. Oh yes, resume with Calvin's and Maddie's entrance.
Richie,
Huh?
give them their entrance cue.
What is it?
He'll probably get everything.
Who will?
Your cousin Simon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll probably get everything.
I'm very pleased with your investigation. I'll be glad to recommend you to my other clients.
Just doing my job, Miss Van Zandt.
Good evening, everyone.
I know we haven't all met quite yet, but I have a pretty good idea of who you all are. Mrs. Starkweather and her son Jordan, right?
That's right, Mr.
Davis, call me Mike.
From what Miss Van Zandt just said, you must be some sort of investigator?
You got it, pal. The private kind.
I see.
Who's this nice young man, dear?
He's a detective, Mother.
A detective? How exciting. Do you know Jessica Fletcher?
No, she's way out of my league. I do think I know who you two ladies must be, though.
If you're a private investigator, I'd be surprised if you did it.
The accent settles it. You're Paula Thompson.
You're 100% correct. I can't deny it. I'm from the deep south.
If you came from any deeper south, you live in Central America.
And that leaves you to be Kathy Collins. It's nice to finally meet you in person.
Me too, Mike. Mike and I have corresponded for some time by mailing fax on Mr. Starkweather's behalf.
Is anyone sitting here? No? I'll just park it here.
And I expect for you to remain unobtrusive? I sure will, as soon as I find a dictionary and look it up. Just sit over by the fire and keep quiet. By the fire? Glad to. My backside's still kind of soggy.
Keep an eye on him.
I shall do my best.
If all is in readiness, Miss Van Zandt, I shall inform Mr. Starkweather.
Yes, thank you, Bensonhurst.
There's coffee if anyone else wants some.
I could use some Minerva.
How do you take it? In a cup?
Black, please.
Still. Miss Van Zandt, I understand Great Uncle Simon asked us here to talk about his will.
That is correct. Frankly, I didn't think it was a good idea. Mr. Starkweather's health is precarious. At best, he doesn't need the excitement. I advised him to communicate with you all by mail, but he insisted on summoning you all to Starkweather Mansion. I only hope he doesn't live to regret that decision.
Miss Wizard is bringing in Mr. Starkweather to join us.
Can I move now?
Here you are, Mr. Starkweather.
Sit.
I'll be right over here.
To think I was once surrounded by presidents and kings. If my world has shrunk to this, a handful of relatives and a meager staff of hired help. Simon, where's my grandson?
We presume he's on his way, Mr. Starkweather.
Not enough time. Can't wait for him.
Good evening, Great Uncle Simon. You're looking well.
Are you blind, born, or just a habitual liar?
I was only making pleasantries, Uncle.
Save your breath. You've always been a sweet talker, Jordan, but that doesn't cut any ice with me. You're nothing but greedy opportunities, boy. I ought to know. I was by myself at your age.
And I guess it runs in the family.
I suppose. Well, Fiona, you look the same.
I do? Why, thank you, Uncle Simon.
That wasn't necessarily meant as a compliment.
Oh, Great Uncle Simon, you're just awful.
At my age, with my money, I can afford to say exactly what I want. And I do. Anyway, how's my little Georgia Peach?
Little old me, I'm just peachy, Uncle.
I may barf. Would you care for some coffee, Mr. Starkweather?
He mustn't have any. The captain will keep him awake, and it could affect his blood pressure. His medication's already making him a little bit higher.
I suppose I won't be having any. You heard my keeper.
Yes, sir.
Everyone aspires to live to a ripe old age. And for what? Just to be kept alive by medicines and machines? To be prevented from enjoying so much of life's simple little pleasures, like a cup of coffee?
You mustn't excite yourself, Mr. Starkweather.
You see, I'm not even allowed to feel any strong emotions.
That's a bummer.
Bummer. You put it very succinctly, Rufus. Old age is a bummer. I could have searched my vocabulary extensively and never come up with such an apt description. Bummer!
I'm glad you like it.
Well, my doctor said I won't have to remain a prisoner in this weak old body much longer. There's just one thing I hate to leave behind. My money.
You know what they say, Uncle. You can't take it with you.
Yep, that's why Lois here write up my will a couple years ago. I suppose you would like to know how I provided for you, my heirs?
I, for one, admit, I'm just a teensy bit curious.
A teensy bit, eh?
It was afraid something like this would happen. Here, Mr. Starkweather. Breathe deeply. See what you've done?
I didn't.
Should somebody call an ambulance?
We can't. The phones are dead.
It's all right. He just lost his breath. He needs to breathe pure oxygen for a few moments.
Tillman!
Very well. This is the will Mr. Starkweather was referring to. As you know, he's been a phenomenally successful businessman for many years.
I'll say, he's been on the cover of Forbes magazine at least a dozen times.
I never read it.
He has the distinction of becoming one of the world's first billionaires.
20 years ago, I begged dear Ezra to ask Uncle Simon to advise him on his business investments, but he was too proud.
Yeah, Dad had his pride. Lots of pride. And very little money.
If I may continue, Mr. Starkweather's fortune is now in the neighborhood of $50 billion.
If I'd have known that, I'd ask for a raise.
I won't go into the details of the will, but it essentially bequeaths $1 million each to his household staff. Mr. Bensonhurst, his butler, Mrs. Trent, his housekeeper, Minerva Walker, his cook, Miss Withers, his nurse, Nancy Pollard, his maid, and Rufus Jones, his handyman.
Forget the raise.
The will goes on to state that the rest of his money is to be divided equally among his surviving relatives. They are his grandson, Simon III, his niece, Fiona Starkweather, and her son Jordan, who share 1/3, and his great-niece, Paula Thompson.
Isn't that nice?
I always knew you'd do right by us, Uncle.
I know you got mad when Mom married a Southern boy, but you two must agreed on one thing. Blood is thicker than water.
I bet you Miss Withers can tell you if it is.
Now that I've informed you of the will's contents, I have another announcement to make. As of tomorrow, this will becomes invalid.
What does invalid mean?
It means no good.
I got a brother that's invalid.
Miss Van Zandt means we're not going to get any of the money, you fool.
Oh, I guess I won't be buying that big screen TV I was thinking about after all.
Sit. You too, Lois.
Well, why'd you decide to disinherit us, Uncle?
I found a better use for my money. That's why. Oh, don't worry though. All of you in the old will still get $50,000 each.
50,000 out of 50 billion?
Lois advised me it'd be a good idea to leave you all a little extra something. That way it'd be less likely for you to contest my new will.
New will?
Yep, that's why Kathy here stayed over at Starkweather Mansion and tucked it up nice and legal for my signature. Mr. Davis is here as a disinterested party to witness the signing, and Lois will take it by the courthouse come Monday.
Mr. Davis said he's a detective. What'd you hire him to do?
Mr. Starkweather hired me to conduct an investigation on the quiet. For the past 6 months, I've flown to a dozen or more foreign countries, checking out some of the world's most brilliant scientists. Some well-known, others who prefer to keep their experiments hush-hush. I succeeded in finding one in Belgium. Let's call him Dr. X, who agreed to help Mr. Starkweather do what he desires, which is to clone himself.
Clone?
That's insane.
What nonsense!
You must be kidding.
It's immoral.
I don't understand.
Good, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Those blood and skin samples you had me prepare? The ones I sent to specialists?
They were sent to specialists. Specialists in DNA.
I thought you were trying to find a cure.
I was. Not a cure for my various ailments, but a cure for death, and I did find it.
Cloning?
Precisely. Through modern medicine, I shall live forever.
It's not right.
That's neither here nor there. Let the moralists and politicians debate that question for decades to come. In the meanwhile, Dr. X, as Davis named him, will be creating a brand new league. Sit down. The lot of you seem to be displeased. Not, I suspect, because of the moral question, but because of your change in fortune. Too bad. Cloning is very expensive, especially with the procedure I require, which must be done in absolute secrecy. The new me will still have a sizable fortune to inherit, but no doubt I will be the first person on earth to become my own heir. Withers, my blood fluorescing.
Yes, Mr. Starkweather. If you'll excuse us,
Why don't you take his blood pressure right here?
Mr. Starkweather's arms are too frail for me to get a reading from. This is an outside cup, meant to go around a patient's side. He can withstand the pressure there better. As you can see, Mr. Starkweather has had enough excitement for our one evening. If you'll excuse us, I must put him to bed.
Well then, I guess our meeting is concluded, unless anyone has any questions.
I do. Oh, what the heck was that all about?
It's simple, Rufus. Great Uncle Simon was going to leave us a fortune, but he changed his mind. Instead, he's decided to clone himself.
What does clone mean?
It means to take some cells from a person's body and create a duplicate of the original.
They can do that? That's great! Maybe when the old Mr. Starkweather dies, I can get a job working for the new Mr. Starkweather.
The new Mr. Starkweather will have to be born and grow up again. It goes against the laws of nature. How? It's all been arranged. Once Dr. X has created the new life, the cells will be implanted into a host mother who will carry the child to term.
Host mother? Who? Me. Why not? I'm young and healthy. I'll make a good mother for little Simon.
Wait, Uncle Simon's giving all his money to a baby?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The new will places Mr. Starkweather's fortune into a trust fund, which I'll administer. I'll release the money to pay Dr. X and his staff to perform the cloning procedure. After that, ample funds will be available for Kathy's needs and the child's upbringing and education. Once he's grown and properly trained to deal in high finance, the money will be turned over to him.
The kid will look, think, and act just like Simon Starkweather. He could conceivably parlay those billions into trillions by the time he's an old man.
But for what purpose? To leave it to another clone and another clone? Where will it end? When there's a Simon Starkweather with enough money and power to rule the world?
We didn't discuss it, but you might well be right.
How could you condone such madness?
Oh, I see why she would. Miss Van Sant and the Clones girls would live like billionaires off of Mr. Starkweather's money. Money that should have gone to us and his family. And I guess you'll get rich too since you're part of this whole scheme.
Not me. I did the job I was paid to do. My part's over. I'll take my very generous check and head out. Quite frankly, I could care less if the boss's science fiction experiment works or not.
You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed.
I believe you've made your feelings quite clear, ladies. If you and the other servants would go to the kitchen, I wish to speak to you all. We'll clean when everything is done. I trust you'll ring if you require anything else.
Oh, shut up, Rufus.
Kathy and I will retire to my room. You might as well begin typing up the new will tonight. I'll direct you on how to put everything in proper legal terms.
Sure, Lois. The sooner it's finished and signed, the better. Hey, wait a minute. How come nobody asked me if I want to carry the baby? I could do it as well as she can.
You're Mr. Starkweather's bloodkin, Paula. It wouldn't be proper.
I guess it would be kind of tacky.
Proper, you're about to conduct an experiment that makes Frankenstein look like an amateur, and you're worried about being proper?
Look, kid, before you burst a blood vessel, Mr. Starkweather has made up his mind, and I have a feeling that whatever the old man wants, he gets.
Succinctly put, Mr. Davis. Kathy?
I'll head upstairs and pack. Once I witness the signing of the new will tomorrow morning, I'll have no reason to hang around. Night.
We were robbed.
We were?
Yes, Mother. Great Uncle Simon dangled a fortune in front of our nose and then snatched it away.
That was mean.
Mean? The man's a monster. Didn't you see the evil look in his eye? He enjoyed pulling the rug right out from under our feet.
At least he's leaving us 50,000.
To him, that's no more than tossing a dime to a beggar. He's only doing it just to keep us from breaking his new will. You heard him.
Yeah.
I wish he were dead. I wish the old goat would drop dead tonight.
It would serve him right.
If Uncle Simon did die tonight, then we would get our money. Wouldn't we, my dears? Anyone care for a game of bridge?
Penny for your thoughts? That's all I can afford to pay, for now.
Mr. Starkweather,
It's Jordan, remember? At least when Minerva the dragon lady isn't around.
I thought everybody went to bed.
I was gonna turn in, but then I got an urge for a midnight snack.
I'll fix you something.
Never mind. What are you doing up?
Miss Trent sent me in here to make sure the fire screen is properly closed so no sparks pop out into the rug.
And burn Starkweather Mansion to the ground? Maybe that wouldn't be such a bad idea.
You shouldn't talk like that. You know Mr. Starkweather's an invalid. How could he?
You read my mind.
Jordan!
Ah, got you to call me by my first name. If it happened tonight, you'd have $1 million and I'd have billions. Think of the good times we could have together.
Don't.
Nancy, I thought you were going to help me with the dishes.
I'm just making sure the French doors are properly closed.
I see. And what are you doing here?
I came down for a little snack when I saw Nancy here. I stopped for a little chat.
That appetite of yours is going to get you in trouble one of these days.
Minerva, what are you doing with that knife?
Mincing onions.
At midnight?
I can't stand to have people who see me cry. I thought I heard someone in here, so I came to check. If you're hungry, come with me, and I'll find you something.
Yes, Minerva. Anything you say, Minerva.
Finish in here, then come give me a hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
Rufus! I thought I heard someone come in. It was just me. That's funny. Oh, good grief, man. What are you doing with that axe?
It's like this. I remember chopping wood for the fire this afternoon before it started raining, but I didn't put the axe back in the shed. I forgot. I've been dismembering things a lot lately. Anyway, when it came to me where I put it, I figured I'd better bring it inside and dry it off so it don't rust.
That's fine, but why did you bring it into the living room? You're dripping water all over. Besides, why did you come in the front door? How many times have I told you to use the back door?
As many as you want. I ain't counting.
I swear, Rufus, you'll be the death of me yet. Just go to the kitchen and have Miss Trent give you a towel.
I ain't wet, it quit raining.
I know that, to dry the axe.
Oh. Right.
The back door? If that man had half a brain, he'd be dangerous.
I heard that.
A penny for your thoughts?
Jordan, I just came down for a breath of fresh air. What are you doing up this late?
Munchies, want a cookie?
No thanks.
So have you and Miss Van Zandt finished the new will?
Yes, it's all finished except for Mr. Starkweather's signature. I see you've calmed down. I wouldn't blame you if you hated me.
Why should I hate you? I'd make the same deal if I were in your shoes.
I'm sure you would, Jordan.
Minerva was right. Being the mother of little Simon would be the best to owning the billions yourself. You're forgetting something, though.
What?
The little tyke will need a dad, too. Someone to mold and guide him into the perfect replica of Great Uncle Simon, a heartless money-making machine.
You think so?
I know so. And who would be a better father figure than I? You're a very attractive woman, Kathy. We can mix business with pleasure.
Take your crummy hands off me.
What?
You're getting cookie crumbs on my blouse. And by the way, forget it. If I decide little Simon needs a father after he's born, I'll find a suitable husband then. I don't know who it'll be, but it won't be a sleazy, money-hungry slimeball like you, Jordan.
I could kill you, you witch!
I wouldn't try it if I were you. Not with a detective in the house.
Aren't you finished in here yet? Minerva wants you in the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't dawdle. It's cold. Someone left the French doors open. I'll close them. Miss Thompson?
Miss Trent, you gave me a fright.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't shoot me. What are you doing roaming the house in the middle of the night with a gun in your hand?
Oh, don't worry. I know how to handle a gun. I couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd clean it. I was gonna look in the kitchen for some oil.
I doubt you'll find what you need in there, unless you want to rub it with Crisco. Do you often carry that thing around with you?
Oh, I take it everywhere I go. Daddy taught me to be a crack shot when I was 10. A girl can't be too careful.
Well, I don't think you have anything to worry about at Starkweather Mansion. It's miles from the nearest town. No one ever comes out here.
You've never had a burglary or a prowler?
No?
You know, with Great Uncle Simon being on the ground floor, anybody could just break in those French doors, walk into his room, and who knows what.
Like, shoot him?
Well, it could happen, as terrible as that thought is. In his medical condition, how can he defend himself?
He could sit nurse withers on them, I suppose. That should frighten away any intruder.
Oh, you're just awful. But I wouldn't want to tangle with the woman. Where does she sleep?
In the room just beyond Mr. Starkweather's, in case he rings for her in the night.
If I remember right, when Mama brought me here when I was a little girl, that room used to be a library, and the room beyond it a parlor. Am I correct?
Yes, that's right. But when Mr. Starkweather got too ill to go up and down the stairs, they converted the library into a bedroom, and Withers took the parlor.
So they're the only ones who sleep downstairs?
Yes, the servants' quarters in the attic under the eaves. We have our own staircase from the kitchen. Why do you ask?
I'm just curious.
Excuse me, folks. We thought this little section of dialogue here was awkward, and we suggested to Mr. St. John that he cut it, but he thought you needed an idea of the layout of the house. He said,
What do you want me to do? Put a blueprint of Starkweather's mansion in the program?
which we thought was kind of rude, but he insisted we keep it in, so we did. But it's a bad piece of writing, and we want you to know we tried to correct it. Sorry.
Sorry for the interruption. I want you to know if you
say that one more time, you're gonna have to come up on this stage and play Mrs. Trent yourself.
Sorry.
That was great. I wish I had your nerve. Where are we?
So, you're curious about the layout of the house, are you?
Yeah, just curious.
You know what they say, curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, well, if you'll excuse me.
Wouldn't it be ironic if someone did break in tonight of all nights and
Miss Starkweather?
Bensonhurst! You nearly frightened me to death.
My apologies. Might I ask what kind of pills you've just thrown about the room?
Digitalis. I have a heart condition. Maybe I should take two.
Digitalis, doesn't that speed up one's heart rate?
Yes, my little heart's just pumping away.
Then perhaps a single dosage will be sufficient. I assume an overdose could be fatal.
Extremely fatal. Or am I being redundant? I suppose fatal is just fatal. Like dead is just dead. Don't you agree?
Completely. One cannot be deader than someone else. Dead longer, perhaps, but that's the only comparison for the word that comes to mind. Might I ask why you brought your medication into the living room?
Why? That's a good question. Why did I bring them down here? Oh, I remember. I was going to show them to Miss Weathers and see if she could get me some free samples. With her medical connections, you know.
But it looks as if your bottle was already full.
Yes, it was. It never hurts to plan ahead. Well, I better pick these up.
Allow me to assist you.
Bensonhurst, can I ask you a question?
Be my guest.
Why are you carrying a wrench?
A wrench. Well, you see, I happen to remember Miss Withers mentioning that she thought the valve to the gas heater in Mr. Starkweather's room was a little loose. I thought I'd give an extra turn or two.
How mechanical of you. We wouldn't want any of that gas to escape in his room, would we?
Oh, naturally not. But first things first, shall we?
I feel like a peasant picking popcorn.
You missed one there.
Where?
Beside your left kneecap. Left kneecap.
Got it. They've just rolled everywhere.
Round objects tend to do that, madam.
Nurse Withers!
Oh, Mrs. Starkweather. What are you doing on the floor with Bensonhurst?
I dropped my pills. My digitalis. Please watch where you put your feet, my dear. Both of them.
Mr. Starkweather required an injection. Is everything all right?
Nothing I can't handle. His lungs seem to be somewhat congested, so I took him from his bed and sat him up in his wheelchair. He tends to breathe easier in an upright position. Then I gave him an injection of steroids to help clear his bronchial passages.
My. Where would Uncle Simon be without you?
Dead. Without my help, his heart would have stopped beating long ago.
Speaking of which, wasn't there something you wanted to ask Miss Withers, madam?
Was there?
The digitalis.
Oh, the digitalis. Miss Withers, I was wondering if you had any manufacturer samples of digitalis you don't need. I have a heart condition, and I'd like to keep a supply handy.
I could see why you would. Yours tend to run out, don't they? I'm sorry, Mrs. Starkweather, but I'm fresh out of spare drugs. Your uncle requires every pill he's got to keep him going.
Oh, well, then, we'd better pick these up. Will you help us, my dear?
I suppose.
Is this a private game or can anybody play?
Mr. Davis, we're picking up spilled pills.
Is that it? I thought you were having a tiny little marble tournament or something. I'll pass.
I really should give you these, Miss Starkweather. I must get back to my duties.
And here am I. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you'll excuse me.
Miss Withers, how's the boss?
Bossy, he sent me for a pitcher of drinking water, and if I'm not back in a minute, he'll start ringing his bell for me. See what I mean?
I gather he rings for you a lot.
Incessantly. Once you stop ringing that bell, I'll know he's kicked the bucket.
Spoken like a true member of the medical profession. Bensonhurst, what's with the wrench? Do you have some kind of problem I can give you a hand with?
Thank you, sir, but no. It shall wait. I too shall excuse myself.
Well,
You're up kind of late, Mrs. Starkweather.
I couldn't sleep. What about you, Mr. Davis?
Oh, I'm a real night owl. Besides, I was hoping young Mr. Starkweather would show up. I haven't met him yet.
Simon's a sweet boy. I do hope he's all right. With the weather and all.
I'm sure he's just pulled off the road to let it pass. It is starting to cloud over again outside. We could be in for another deluge.
Oh dear, I hope not. Well, I better head up and lie down.
Good night again, Mrs. Starkweather.
Good night.
Coming, Mr. Starkweather. Oh, you're still here.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on things.
I see. Well, my patience.
Oh, you're up too, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, and apparently I'm not the only one. There seems to be more traffic going through Starkweather Mansion at midnight than on the interstate at rush hour.
I know what you mean. I've been hearing footsteps go past my bedroom door all evening. I'm not surprised, though. We could have guessed that Mr. Starkweather's announcement would give us heirs a sleepless night or two.
Between us, Miss Van Zandt, this cloning business, how do you feel about it?
I'm a lawyer, Mr. Davis. I'm paid to think, not feel. Can Mr. Starkweather be cloned? Definitely. There's no question such technology exists. Should he be cloned? Let's just say I wouldn't want to be the first to challenge nature by hitting on a Lois Van Zandt.
Me too. I'm a simple guy. I have enough to deal with in one lifetime. The sooner I get the signing over with and I can get back to the real world, the better.
The new will is finished. Mr. Starkweather can sign it first thing in the morning.
Well, the old boy's still awake. That nurse was in here a minute ago. I heard him ringing his bell for her.
In that case, there's no reason he can't sign it now.
That's what I'm thinking. The people in this house are as tense as a bunch of long-tailed cats in a room full of rocking chairs. I know I'll feel better once the boss's plan is a done deal.
I'll go to my room and get the will. Why don't you let Mr. Starkweather know? What in the world?
The circuit breaker must have tripped.
But the storm passed hours ago.
I know. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. I'll go find Bensonhurst and have him show me where the main breaker is.
Good. I'll let Mr. Starkweather know we're taking care of it.
Tools of the trade.
It's all right, Mr. Starkweather. Mr. Starkweather?
Hello? Is anyone there? Mrs. Trent? Bensonhurst? Anyone?
Kathy, I think there's something wrong with Mr. Starkweather. I don't know where that nurse is.
Oh no, he hasn't signed the will yet, has he?
No, perhaps he's just fainted. We need light. Mr. Davis is trying to... Ah! Mr. Starkweather!
What happened? Someone struck me.
It's Mr. Starkweather, help him!
What's going
On.
I heard a scream.
What's happening? What's happening? Is he okay?
He's dead. Starkweather's been strangled to death.
Poor Mr. Starkweather. Who could have done such a thing?
Give me a break. I'd say you, as well as everyone else in this house, are right up there on the top 10 list.
Me?
Hold it down. Let me check the body.
Oh, those drops on his robe. Is that blood?
I'm not sure.
What else could it be?
I'll handle it. I'm the detective. Remember? What can you tell us, Miss Withers?
After I brought him his pitcher of drinking water, I went back to my room and laid across my bed. Then the lights went out.
I noticed that too.
Hush.
I then started to hear him ring for me. I was lighting a candle, and then someone struck me. I must have blacked out. When I came to, the lights were back on.
Yeah, we can take it from here.
You seem to be in charge, Mr. Davis. What do we do now?
We keep trying the phones till we can get through to the cops. If the lines aren't up by tomorrow morning, someone will have to call into town and report there's been a murder at Starkweather Mansion.
Murder?
Maybe the old man did himself then.
Or maybe not.
Young Mr. Starkweather, you made it. And boy, do we got a surprise for you.
How did you do that? You come here and say about it.
Wasn't that just the most diabolical murder you ever saw?
Don't you just love it?
The way in which you St. John's mind works is no wonder he went bonkers. Now remember, first thing during intermission, we need you to get your ballot from your program and mark the suspect you think murdered Simon Starkweather.
The ushers will circulate in the lobby. Take them up in here as well in case any of you don't need to go for a drink of water or anything. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Back up. Sorry, we were making sure the cast knows what to do after they learn who will be the murderer at this performance based on the counted ballots.
There are a couple of things Mr. St. John intended to put in the second act once he made up his mind who the murderer's lines or actions, which are clues to the person's identity.
The cast will work these into the show. We want you to know so you can continue to play armchair detective. Well, I guess that's everything. So, relax and enjoy the conclusion of Murder in the Air. Lights!
Well, he is, Cousin Simon. Deadest person I ever saw.
Funny you should say that. Bensonhurst and I were discussing the degrees of dead earlier and...
Mother, please.
And he was murdered.
There's no doubt about it. You saw the body.
If I'd gotten here sooner, maybe.
How do we know you didn't get here?
What?
For all we know, you could have parked your car out of sight, slipped into the Starkweather Mansion, and killed the lights moments before you killed Simon Starkweather.
That's ridiculous. Why would I kill him?
I'd say a third of a $50 billion fortune is a pretty good reason to knock somebody off. If he had signed that new will...
But I didn't know about that new will. I wasn't here when grandfather told you about that crazy cloning scheme you all told me about.
It would have been easy enough to stand outside those French doors and eavesdrop on the conversation.
Why would I hide? I was expected here. I told you what happened.
Tell me again.
I had to creep along at a snail's pace along that old country road. Rain was lashing in my windshield, and wind was whipping tree branches into the side of my car. When I got to that old wood bridge that spans across the stream that flows around the estate, I had to stop. The stream had turned into a raging river that torn it to pieces. Luckily, I remembered a place about a mile away from there where an old tree had fallen down. I used to play there when I was a kid. When I had gotten there, the water was almost covering the trunk. Apparently, I got here just before grandfather was murdered.
That's a good story, but it sounds rehearsed.
Not nearly enough. It's the truth. I swear.
Maybe, but I'm still not crossing off my suspect list.
And just who else do you have on that list, Mr. Davis?
Everyone in this house except Miss Van Zant and Miss Collins. They had a heck of a lot to gain if your grandfather had lived a few more minutes. As it turns out, they're left out in the cold.
Especially me. Lois has other clients. Now I am among the unemployed.
I'm sure once the estate is settled, we could arrange for you to be given a generous severance check.
Take it out of your portion if you like. Mother and I will pass.
So will I. Nothing personal, of course.
Of course.
So, what do we do now, Mr. Davis?
Simon sort of reminded me we could play some bridge.
No? Okay.
The way I see it, we all sit tight till daybreak. Then I'll have you show me to your car and drive me into town. I'll report what I know to the police, and we'll notify them that the bridge is out. My guess is that the cops will fly in by helicopter. They'll need to get the body to the coroner's office, examine the crime scene, and take all of your statements. Once a homicide detective is assigned to the case, I'm out of here.
But you're a detective too. You're right here when the murder occurred. You have a better chance of solving this than anyone else.
Sorry, but now that Mr. Starkweather is dead, I'm off the payroll. Once I give the big boys my statement, I'm out of here.
I'll hire you to pay. I won't have the money until I get my portion of the will, but if you're willing to wait.
You're on, kid. I figure you're good for the dough. Incidentally, that offer dropped you down to the bottom of my suspect list. Well, I might as well start earning my salary now.
How can we help, Mr. Davis?
First, I want to question everyone as to their whereabouts when Mr. Starkweather was here.
Establish everyone's alibis.
Yeah. Also, I'll need to know anything that any of you or the staff may have seen or heard leading up to the murder that might lead me to discover the killer's identity.
Clues.
You got it. Motives, alibis, and clues. That's what a detective has to work with. The motives in this case are simple. The other elements aren't yet. But hopefully they will be by the time I'm finished.
That sounds like a good plan to me. Who do you want to start with, Mr. Davis?
Well, since you're paying the freight, call me Mike. How about you, Miss Thompson? Do you mind being first?
I'm awfully tired, but if I have to.
You don't have to, Paula. None of us do.
What do you mean, dear?
I mean, Davis isn't a police officer. We don't have to tell him the time of day.
You're right, but why would you not want to cooperate? Unless you have something to hide.
Now look, Simon, don't start accusing me unless you can prove it.
Simon has a point. Do you want me to tell the police that everyone cooperated except you?
Oh, all right. I'll answer dumb questions. But first, I'm going to take Mother upstairs and get some rest. She is up in years, and she needs her rest.
Oh, thank you very much, Gordon. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, but I'm not Miss Methuselah either.
Don't get excited, Mother. Are you okay? Do you need your digitalis?
No, but if I did, there's probably one or two under the sofa somewhere. I had a little accident with my pill bottle.
Come on. You can call when you're ready for us.
I assume you want to question everyone privately? You can wait with me in my room if you'd like, Kathy. I want to go over the old will again since we're made the official one.
Sure, Lois. Excuse us.
I'd like to stay. Since I wasn't here earlier, hearing everybody's side of the picture will help me paint a clear picture of what happened earlier at Starkweather Mansion.
You're the boss now. I'm particularly interested in what happened between the time Mr. Starkweather announced he was changing his will and the time that the body was discovered.
Well, how long was that?
Several hours. Well, Miss Thompson, did you observe anything that might help us?
I was very disappointed by Great Uncle Simon's announcement, as you might well imagine. I mean, I can understand why you might want to clone Tom Cruise, but Great Uncle Simon? No offense, Cousin Simon, but your grandfather was not a very nice person. Anyway, I spent most of that time in my room, but I did come downstairs on a little errand. I was outside the kitchen door when I heard Minerva and that cute little maid Nancy talking.
What's the matter with you, girl? You haven't heard a word I said. Did you leave your mind in the other room?
I'm sorry, Minerva. I'm so confused.
About what? Has that no good scamp Jordan been bothering you? When I walked in on the two of you in the living room, you were standing mighty close. Real lovey-dovey like. What was he saying to you? Trying to get you to do something you didn't want to do?
Minerva, no, he's not interested in me. I heard him with Miss Collins.
I see. When you lost your billion, he lost interest in you, didn't he? He's following the money right to the college girls, isn't he?
He proposed, but she laughed at him.
Good for her. Serves him right, that lazy bum.
If we're finished, I'd like to go to my room now.
Go on. And Nancy,
Yes, ma'am.
lock your door.
Excuse me. That little scene. The little scene in the foyer there was a flashback. It showed a conversation Paula had overheard. The other characters' stories, portions of them, shown in a flashback too.
Isn't that clever? We just wanted to make sure you got that. That's all.
That woman is really asking for it.
So tell me, Mrs. Trent, did you happen to see or hear anything suspicious earlier? Before Mr. Starkweather was murdered?
Suspicious. I suppose you'd call toting a gun around the house in the middle of the night suspicious, even though Mr. Starkweather wasn't shot to death.
A gun? Who was a gun?
Besides me?
Paula Thompson, that's who. Claims she's a regular Annie Oakley, and she mentioned how easy it would be for someone to walk through those French doors and kill Mr. Starkweather.
Did she now?
Ask for yourself.
Anything else?
I did happen to overhear a rather odd conversation between Rufus and Mrs. Starkweather. I have gone upstairs to distribute candles in case of power outage, which, as you know, turned out to be very useful. I was about to turn the corridor onto the west wing when I saw Mrs. Starkweather near the far end of the stairs. Do I have enough? Oh dear.
Ms. Starkweather?
Rufus! You scared me out of a year's growth.
That's okay, ma'am. At our age, we do all our growing sideways, don't we?
I certainly hope not. What are you doing with that television set? It doesn't look like a portable.
It is now. I'm borrowing it from one of the guest rooms that ain't in use.
Whatever for?
Well, see, I ain't sleepy, so I thought I'd watch some TV, but the set in my room is all messed up. The color, I mean. Everybody on every damn channel is green. Leo DiCaprio is green, Dora is green, even Judge Judy is green. Looks like every station is starring Kermit the Frog.
How disconcerting.
You can say that again. Whatever it means. Say, are them breath mints? I wouldn't mind a few. I can still taste the kraut when Norma served the stock for supper.
These. Oh no, Rufus. You mustn't take any of these. If you ate any of these, they could kill you.
In that case, I'll pass. You better be careful, though, not to leave them lying around. If somebody could eat a bunch by mistake and keel over dead.
That's entirely possible.
What would you put on their death certificate? Cause of death, bad breath?
It isn't a laughing matter. I'll be careful with them. I need these pills, you see. I need every one of them.
Hold up. Rufus had an axe in the house?
Yes, Master Snowman. I had instructed them to chop some firewood earlier.
I'm surprised you trust him with an axe.
Personally, I wouldn't trust him with a butter knife. I was simply relaying Mr. Starkweather's instructions.
Was there anything else of interest that you happened to notice?
Just one, sir. Earlier tonight, when I was coming down from the kitchen, I noticed Mr. Jordan at the door of Mr. Starkweather's room. His behavior was somewhat furtive. I got the impression he was about to enter when Miss Withers exited. It was clear that her unexpected appearance startled Master Jordan.
Well, what do you want?
I was checking on Great Uncle Simon.
No need to, that's what I'm paid to do.
How is he?
Still breathing, if that's what you're wondering.
How much time do you think he has left, Miss Withers?
Let's just say he needn't start any long novel, or even a short one.
But you'll think he'll make it through the night?
I think he'll keep his heart beating through sheer determination, long enough to send a new wheel.
That is what you want to know, isn't it?
Why, you misjudged me, Miss Withers.
Give it a rest, Jordan. You'd love to see everyone else drop dead, just like nearly everyone else in this house.
Including you. $1 million is a fortune. A lot of people would kill for that much money.
If that's a hint, forget it. As his nurse, I would be the prime suspect if his death appeared anything but natural causes.
Suspecting and proving are two different things.
I'm gonna forget you said that. Good night, Jordan. It's true. Jordan Starkweather did say I was in a position to end his great uncle's life in a way that would appear natural. I assume Bensonhurst told you I refused.
He did, but you could have changed your mind.
And strangled him with a blood pressure cuff? That's foolish. Hardly what I'd call by natural causes.
I agree. The manner by which he was murdered makes no sense at all. Whoever did it.
It's as if the killer's trying to flaunt the deed in our faces.
Why would they do that?
That's a good question. Tell me, Miss Withers, if you had to choose a likely suspect to be our murderer, who would it be?
House director? That Thompson girl. His great niece? Too goody-goody for my taste. All those southern girls can really pour on the charm when they want to. But Scarlett O'Hara was pretty ruthless when you get down to it.
I mean, we've been told Cousin Paula has a gun.
See what I mean? I dare say they were both desperate to get their hands on Mr. Starkweather's billions. I overheard them talking earlier this evening, shortly after Miss Van Zandt's announcement about the new wheel. They didn't see me in the corridor.
Well, what are we gonna do?
Do? What can we do? It's out of our hands.
Don't be such a whip, Cousin Jordan. That money rightfully belongs to us, and there's got to be a way to get it.
I know. Maybe we can break the will if we have Grand Uncle Simon declare insane.
I thought of that, but it wouldn't work. If cloning was a wild theory, we might be able to. But it isn't. It's been done. Grand Uncle Simon's plan to be the first person to clone himself might be bizarre, but it isn't insane. We'd lose the case.
Yeah, and probably spend all the penance we're going to inherit on the lawyers.
Like that Miss Van Zandt. She...
What is it? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, if you can't beat him, join him.
Huh?
Think for yourself, Jordan. Hell, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go talk to that lawyer.
If you can't beat him, oh yeah, now where would Kathy be?
It's true. Jordan did suggest we get married. It wasn't what you'd call a romantic proposal. It was more like a business proposition.
You were gonna have access to millions. What did Jordan have to offer you?
Himself, I guess. In my opinion, that fortune hunter wouldn't be worth 2 cents.
Then you did turn him down.
Jordan is attractive in a smarmy sort of way, but any woman who married him would be a fool. Believe me, Mike, I'm no fool.
Well, I've known that from the time we started working together.
I mean, you were smart enough to volunteer to carry grandfather's new clone.
Look, Simon, once Mr. Starkweather made up his mind to clone himself, nothing was going to change that. He would have found a surrogate mother somewhere, so it might as well have been me.
I understand. I just think the whole idea was creepy.
You're a lot nicer about it than the other heirs were.
For example,
Paula, for one. She hadn't given up hope of getting her hands on Mr. Starkweather's money.
how did you know?
I was in Lois's room with her when Paula knocked on her door. She asked Lois to step into the corridor where they can speak in private. Lois went out with her. She hadn't closed the door completely, so I couldn't help but overhear the conversation.
We're very busy, Miss Thompson, preparing that new will.
Yes.
Miss Van Zandt, are you sure this cloning business is legal? Couldn't you lose your license to practice if...
The process will be performed in Belgium, as we told you. Our laws don't apply there.
But what about ethics? Haven't lawyers been disbarred before for behavior that was unethical, if not illegal?
What's your point?
I want in on that deal. You can pay me from the trust fund to be the baby's nanny or whatever. I don't care. And if you refuse, I shall be forced to report you to the Bar Association. Isn't that what you call it?
It is. Let me give you a little free legal advice, Miss Thompson. In the first place, if you make any accusations against me before the cloning procedure has been completed successfully, I'll sue you for the $50,000 you're due to receive and everything else you own. And I'll get it. In the second place, once the baby's on the way, I plan to close down my office. I shall devote all of my time to Kathy and little Simon's care. At that point, it won't bother me in the least if I should be disbarred. You don't have to be a lawyer to administer an estate. Anyone can do it. Oh. So you see, young woman, your threats are meaningless. In fact, as an officer of the court, I should report your feeble attempt at extortion to the police.
I wasn't.
Say it. Take your silly southern self out of my sight and I might be willing to forget it.
All right, I'll go. You lawyer.
Excuse me?
Yes, Mrs. Trent?
I found what's left of the Christmas candles I stored away. I thought it might be a good idea to distribute them in case of a power outage. I suggest you take one and keep some matches nearby.
That's very thoughtful. Thank you. Kathy's in my room. I'll take one for her also.
Miss Thompson?
All right. I'm going to my room. There's something I need to get.
What's the matter with her?
Let's just say she's a poor loser. She played her ace and I trumped it. In a manner of speaking, I'll give this to Kathy.
Now, if I remember correctly, when Kathy Collins saw Mr. Starkweather's body and screamed, you ran in the front door. What had you been doing outside, Rufus?
I was outside. Yep, I guess I was. Oh, I remember now. I was borrowing a TV set from the guest room because...
We heard why, Rufus.
You did? News sure travels fast around here.
All the actors on your TV set were green.
Sure was. Looked like the Martians had landed or something. Anyway, when I hooked up the news set, the picture didn't come in too good. Everybody was fuzzy as a woolly worm. I went out back to try and turn the antenna around.
On the roof?
Well, it wouldn't do much good to put it in the basement now, would it? I was about to grab the tall ladder out of the storage shed when I heard the gal holler bloody murder. Murder, anyway, even if it wasn't bloody.
Now, when you were outside, did you hear or see anything?
I saw an owl and I heard a bunch of bullfrogs.
I meant humans.
I saw Mr. Jordan on the patio before I walked in. Don't know what he was doing out there.
Earlier tonight, did you hear anyone talking about the new will?
Who didn't? Minerva and old Bensonhurst didn't talk about much else. They were going on and on about it in the kitchen before Mr. Starkweather croaked.
What were they saying?
That it ain't fair, that's what. That they've worked for Mr. Starkweather all these years and should have got their millions. Me? I didn't care too much. I figured $50,000 was enough to get me a TV with a real big screen. I guess now I may even get me two.
Minerva and Bensonhurst.
Oh yeah. The more Minerva thought about it, the madder she got. And whew, that woman's got a temper. She was about ready to storm into Mr. Starkweather's room and give her a piece of his mind.
You mustn't go in there, Minerva. Who's going to stop me? I shall, if necessary.
You and what army?
I totally agree with you that we were wronged. However, a confrontation is not the answer.
Then what is?
Mr. Starkweather hasn't signed a new will yet. Perhaps he'll change his mind by morning.
We should live so long.
No, Minerva. He should live so long.
outside about the time of the murder.
Just getting a breath of fresh air. Anything wrong with that?
Not if you had remained out there.
What do you mean?
When I made a cursory examination of the crime scene, I noticed that Miss Withers left the window raised a couple inches to let in some fresh air. Well, anyone could have climbed in and...
Are you accusing me of killing Great Uncle Simon?
Calm down, Mr. Starkweather. I'm not accusing anybody. Yet.
Besides, Jordan, it seems like conning somebody into doing your bidding is more your style.
Who told you that?
I'll ask the questions if you don't mind. I repeat, what were you doing outside?
If you must know, Kathy and I had a disagreement. I blew up. I went out to cool off. Or have you already heard about that?
I question, you answer, remember? Let me tell you this. If you didn't kill Mr. Starkweather, who did?
Look, I'm not saying she did it, but if you check with that little maid Nancy,
Why her cousin?
the girl has a crush on me. I flirt with the ladies a lot, but I did nothing to lead her on. I know she was upset about the new will, not just that she would lose her money, but that I would lose even more. I had strolled around the house and was outside the kitchen window and I heard Nancy talk to Miss Withers.
Can I do something for you, Miss Withers?
No, I just need to get Mr. Starkweather some water for his bedside.
That poor man, when he had the attack and lost his breath in the living room, I finally realized what you meant when you said the slightest shock can be proven to be fatal.
Exactly. I must go.
We wouldn't want anything bad to happen, would we? I was thrilled to be told Mr. Starkweather included me in his will. I didn't think he even noticed me.
Well, then you must have received two surprises. One, that you were going to inherit $1 million, and two, that it was being immediately taken away from you.
3, actually. Now, you're wealthy. Nancy, you have enough money to do whatever you want. What do you want to do, Nancy?
I don't know. I haven't been thinking myself much.
What's been on your mind? Jordan Starkweather, perhaps? You're very fond of him, aren't you?
Who told you that?
He did, for one. He even said that you implied that you might even be willing to kill him. Nancy, I'm sorry to hurt you. This is who Jordan is. He's out for himself. He'll trample anyone who gets in his way.
I guess I knew that. Minerva tried to warn me. I even saw him in the living room with Miss Collins. He proposed, but she laughed at him. I was taking fresh towels to the guest room when I overheard them. You think Jordan's bad, but Miss Collins is just as bad as he is.
Can you believe it? Those soulful gazes might work on some innocent young thing like that named Nancy, but he learned quick enough that I'm no pushover.
I wish I had been there to see it. It's time Jordan met his match. I could tell Nancy got some of the mates who worked here before her. His playboy danced me over soon enough, though.
What do you mean?
Well, up until now, Mr. Starkweather has given Jordan, as well as Fiona, Paula, and young Simon a generous allowance. Once he passes on, the $50,000 request will be the last he received of the Starkweather fortune. They'll have to learn what it's like to work for a living.
Simon's almost out of school. He'll do fine. But the others, they'll go through their money in no time. And what kind of jobs could they get? Can you picture Paula behind the desk of a car rental agency?
Or Jordan driving cars out of the lot for the customers?
And what'll Fiona do? Sell Avon? We're so funny.
Is there anything I could get for you, Fiona? Like a glass of water?
No, dear. I'm fine. Thank you. Mr. Davis, I want you to know that my dear Jordan couldn't have done, oh dear, what was done to Uncle Simon, who's with me in my room all evening.
You know that can't be true, Mrs. Starkweather. Your son told us himself that he was outside, and I saw you in here earlier with Bensonhurst and Miss Withers.
Oh, That's right.
Maybe it was last night he sat with me.
Maybe it was.
Now I know why Jessica Fletcher never believed the suspects on Murder, She Wrote. It's so easy to get confused.
Concentrate on tonight, Mrs. Starkweather. Do you recall seeing anything suspicious?
Suspicious? Oh, I saw Uncle Simon's body and that horrible thing around his neck. I call that suspicious.
He means before that, Fiona.
Or, let me think. I don't know if this is the sort of thing you mean, but
Yes.
it was right after we had talked about the new will and it all gone upstairs. I was walking past the secretary's door and heard her and the housekeeper inside. They were speaking quite loudly, so I couldn't help but overhear.
What are you doing in my room, Mrs. Trent?
I was checking all the guest rooms to make sure they each have an extra blanket. I suppose you're very pleased with yourself, Miss Collins.
Why do you say that?
It all worked out just as you planned.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. I understand now why you brought all those magazines from town and left them lying around where Mr. Starkweather could see them. You've done it for months.
What magazines?
Don't play dumb, Miss Collins. The news magazines and scientific articles, I've seen them. They all have one thing in common. Articles about cloning. I didn't realize it until tonight, but now I get it. You planted the idea Mr. Starkweather said to clone himself.
What if I did? There are no laws against sharing ideas, are there?
I'm sure your lawyer friend would say no. That doesn't mean it's right. I think what you're planning to do is hideous.
To be perfectly frank, I couldn't care less what you think. Get out.
Giving orders are you already? I'll leave. But remember one thing. You're not Queen Bee yet, and you won't be until Mr. Starkweather's name is on that dotted line. Assuming that ever happens.
Kathy told me about Mrs. Trent's accusations that she engineered the cloning business, possibly with my help. Apparently, Mrs. Starkweather reported their conversation accurately, which is something of a surprise.
Is it true? Did you give grandfather the idea to clone himself?
I don't think that's relevant to the case at hand, Simon. Even if we did, we weren't breaking any laws. Don't you agree, Mr. Davis?
No laws that I can think of.
Then shouldn't we focus on the law that was broken? I'm referring to murder, of course.
You're right, as usual, Miss Van Zandt. Can you volunteer any information that might help us?
I will tell you this. Earlier this evening, I went down to the kitchen to ask Minerva for a pot of coffee. It was apparent that Kathy and I were going to be working late, and I figured the caffeine might help us stay awake. Minerva wasn't there, but Rufus was. I heard him speaking to Fiona Starkweather. Their conversation was very peculiar.
Good heavens, Rufus. What are you doing with the axe?
I brought it in from the wood pile to dry it off good. I sharpened it up too. You want to see?
Goodness, no. Put it away.
Maybe I better. Before it hurts someone. Or even kills them.
That's a horrible thought.
Ain't it though? I get those sometimes. Do you? I see you still got your poison pills.
Digitalis isn't poison. It's a stimulant. You just have to be careful not to take too many.
You had a lot more in the bottle when I saw you last upstairs. Oh no, I hope you haven't gone and overdosed. I think I can figure out that mouth-to-mouth stuff.
If you bring those lips any closer, I'm going to snatch that axe out of your hand and chop them off.
Just trying to help, Miss Starkweather.
Well done. I can assure you that there's some things far worse than death. I can assure you that I'm fine. I've dropped my pills in the living room. I wasn't able to find them all.
I hope Minerva don't find none. She fixes Mr. Starkweather's meals, and she's mighty mad at him right now.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, nothing. Was
Was there something you needed from the kitchen?
I came down here to see if Minerva had any of those delicious hors d'oeuvres left.
I could go look.
Never mind. I seem to have lost my appetite.
Mr. Starkweather's meals? What do you want to know about?
Well, who did he dine with? Did he eat the same food as everyone else?
Mr. Starkweather was on a very strict diet. Low fat, low salt, so I had to prepare his meals separately. Why are you asking about the food? You think there's something wrong with my cooking?
You are a great cook, Minerva. The leg of lamb you served tonight was delicious.
Yes, we've been told I have terrific legs. So what's the problem?
Forget that. You told me what I need to know. Changing the subject. Who was with you in the kitchen when the lights went out? Before I got there.
The blackout? Let me think. I was in the pantry checking breakfast supplies when it went dark. It took me a moment to get the candle Miss Trent had given me from my pocket and light it.
Nancy, Minerva, is everyone all right?
I'm here. I'm okay. I was out back when I saw the lights go out.
What happened?
Bensonhurst forgot to pay the light bill. Keep that up and don't forget to pay your wages.
What the blip is going on out here?
Apparently, the store knocked out the electricity. My candles did come in handy. You see?
Remind me to give you a gold star later. Bensonhurst, can't you get the lights back on?
That's what I came to find out, Mr. Bensonhurst.
The circuit breaker is right over here.
I hope they hurry.
That quick enough for you? I'll get back to my chore.
What did he come inside for then? Did he trap water all over my clean floors?
Why Mr. Starkweather doesn't fire him, I'll never know.
Any luck?
Yeah, it was there all right. This should be enough to pinpoint our murder. I just wish I had more. It could take weeks to get the results. And if the will is probated, the killer could get his or her inheritance before and then disappear for good. There must be some way I can nab the guilty party tonight.
Yeah. I wish we'd get more into questioning the suspects.
Me too. They were so busy making each other look guilty that they didn't reveal much about themselves. Sometimes the slightest. Simon, move your feet.
What is it?
What? Here, on the rug. I think it's... Yes! What they were doing was so insignificant, I barely noticed it. Simon, I know who murdered your grandfather.
Who?
I'll tell everyone as soon as I got the evidence. Quick, go have Bensonhurst fetch the others.
Yes, sir. Nancy, go back up there and tell everyone to get down here as soon as you can.
Yes, sir.
I don't think the police chief will mind if I use a sandwich bag to gather the evidence. I don't think he'll mind at all.
What are you doing over
You're
there?
on the floor.
Just take a seat, take a seat. Just take a seat.
It is very late, Mr. Davis, or very early, depending on how you look at it. If no one else is going to ask, I will. Why'd you call us together at this hour?
It has been a long night, hasn't it? I'm sure you're all very tired. I know I am. but I felt that you would all rest easier knowing who murdered Simon Starkweather.
You mean you discovered who killed Great Uncle Simon?
I believe I have, as I'm going to show you in the next few minutes.
That's amazing, Mike. How'd you figure it out?
First, I had to find the answer to a question that had bothered me since the beginning. It would have been so easy to make it appear that Mr. Starkweather died of natural causes, a suggestion that Jordan Starkweather made to Miss Withers. For example, Mrs. Starkweather or her son could have gave him some of her digitalis to trigger a heart attack, but so could several others of you who are aware that she had them and had left several on the floor of this room earlier, no doubt when she spilled them. The same could be achieved by Miss Withers injecting an air bubble into his bloodstream. Again, any of you could have done this by sneaking into her room and stealing a book. It's also highly probable that some of you considered frightening him to death. Rufus with his axe, Minerva with her knife, Bensonhurst with his wrench, Paula with her gun. The possibilities are endless. Why then would the murderer choose to strangle him to death using a blood pressure cuff? The answer is so simple, I feel foolish for not realizing what must have happened sooner.
Might want to ask what that is?
Well, obviously when the blood pressure cuff was put on his neck, he was already dead. Am I right, Miss Van Zandt?
You really are clever, Mr. Davis.
It had to have been you. We were both in here when the lights went out. Mr. Starkweather started to ring his bell. I went upstairs to go find Bensonhurst, and you went to go check on Mr. Starkweather. The killer must have murdered him and slipped into Miss Withers' room seconds before you discovered the body.
That's what I figured too.
But why did you put the cuff around his neck?
As our able detective here has surmised, the murderer made it appear that Mr. Starkweather had had a heart attack. Death seemed to have indeed been due to natural causes. There was no doubt in my mind, however, that someone in this house had killed him. I knew that under the circumstances, the coroner would have no reason to perform an autopsy, nor would the police conduct an investigation. I wasn't about to let my employer's murderer get away scot-free. I noticed the cuff on the bed, so I wrapped it around his neck and inflated it before wheeling him into this room.
And your plan worked. No one would question the fact that he had been murdered.
So, young Simon hired Mr. Davies to find the killer.
Which I have. That was very naughty of you, Miss Van Zandt. Your little ploy distracted me from the main problem. Instead of focusing on who did it, I kept wondering, why did they do it that way? Once I solved that piece of the puzzle, the rest came easier.
Sorry, Mr. Davis, but if you discover the identity of the killer, then the end seems to have justified the means.
I imagine the police will agree, and they might even overlook the fact that you're guilty of tampering with evidence at the crime scene.
If not, I'm on very good terms with the local judges.
Wait a minute. How do we know Miss Van Zandt didn't kill Great Uncle Simon herself?
No motive.
Oh, yeah.
Don't keep us in suspense, Mike. Tell us who did kill Mr. Starkweather.
I'll do better than that. I'll show you.
Show us.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Bear with me.
Why would we turn the lights out?
Stay seated. I imagine all of you still have the candles Mrs. Trent distributed earlier in case of a power outage. Take them out now and light them.
Ooh, isn't this nice? Very Christmassy.
When I examined Mr. Starkweather's body, I saw what I at first thought were a few drops of blood on his back robe. On closer inspection, it turned out to be another substance entirely. I forgot about it for the moment. But as I interviewed you all individually, I noticed one of you scraping one thumbnail against the other. I took it to be a nervous gesture at first, but as it turns out, it was nerves triggered by guilt. I didn't realize the significance of that gesture until I recalled Minerva's testimony. She reminded me of those of you who gathered in the kitchen with her when the blackout occurred with candles. A few minutes ago, I noticed these on the floor by the sofa, and I had the link I needed to identify the murderer. Thin scrapings of red tallow. Tallow that came from the killer's thumbnail. Tallow that the murderer was holding when they killed Mr. Starkweather. Tallow from the one red candle in this room. Tallow from the one red candle that you are holding, Jordan Starkweather.
There could have been other red candles.
There aren't. I remember thinking after we took them down that we'd have to buy more for next year.
Is this all the evidence you have to offer the police? This candle?
No, Jordan. I have better proof than that. I just got done examining Mr. Starkweather's body. As I moved about the room a few minutes ago, I glanced at all of your hands, and I noticed several very thin scratches on your wrist, made by Mr. Starkweather, no doubt as he struggled for his life. I'll bet my reputation that these skin samples I gathered from underneath his fingernails came from you. It'll be easy enough to prove. I've met quite a few DNA experts during the past 6 months.
Bravo, Mr. Davis.
Well,
I don't suppose you consider cloning those scrappings and throwing the newbie in prison, would you? I didn't think so. Well, Miss Van Zandt, I guess my biggest mistake was trying to cross a lawyer. I did manage for you to lose access to Great Uncle Simon's billions, but you sure got your revenge.
well, why don't you tell us how you did it?
I might as well. You figured out the main details anyway. I was furious with Great Uncle Simon for building up our hopes and then dashing them to the ground. I thought a man that cruel didn't deserve to live. I listened to his door in the hall and snuck in when I knew he was alone. He was sitting upright in his chair, still awake. I walked over towards him. I grabbed him on the handles of his wheelchair and leaned right down into his face. I told him what I thought he was planning to do was monstrous. I told him I thought he didn't deserve to live. I told him I was going to kill him. Then I reached for his throat. He was terrified. He wheeled backwards in his chair and slammed into his bedside table, which caused his reading lamp to come crashing to the ground and the pitcher of water right on top of it. The water caused the reading lamp to short circuit and blow the circuit breaker.
So you didn't cause the blackout deliberately?
No, it nearly ruined everything. But I had my candle and matches in my pocket and held it with one hand, while with the other I grabbed his oxygen mask and pressed it tightly over his mouth and nose. He couldn't have breathed, of course. He made a feeble attempt to fight back, but all he could manage was to make a few insignificant scratches on my wrist that you noticed. And the drops of candle wax that I spilled on his robe. He wasn't able to do much, but I guess it was enough to pin his murder on me.
And then?
Then I put his oxygen mask back on his wheelchair, blew out my candle, put it in my pocket, and slipped through the connecting door to Miss Wither's room. And I caught her. She managed to find her candle and was lighting it when I grabbed a brass candlestick from her dresser and struck her with it. She collapsed to the floor, and her candle went out. I guess this is when you turned my apparent natural death into a murder, Miss Van Zandt. Then I slipped from her hall into the. I slipped from her room into the hall. When Kathy screamed, and I ran in here as the rest of you ran in here.
I'm sure you were as surprised as everyone else when you saw that blood pressure cuff around his neck.
I was, but what could I do? It was very easy to tell what Miss Van Zandt had pulled. I would have loved to kill you too, for ruining everything. I didn't dare try, of course, until now.
Oh my gosh.
At this point, I don't have anything to lose, do I? Don't anybody move.
Easy. You don't want to do anything that you might regret.
It's too late for that advice, Mr. Davis. Get up, you're coming with me.
Where can we go? The bridge is washed out.
I know where the fallen tree is that Simon mentioned. Simon, throw your car keys onto the table.
You'll never get away.
I think I might. The phone lines are down and all your guys' cars are parked on this side of the stream. It would take you hours to walk back to town and notify the police. I'd be long gone by then.
What about me?
You ruined my perfect murder. What do you think I'm going to do with you?
Not a thing if I can help it.
Hold it right there. Get up.
You all right? I'm fine.
You burned me.
Consider it a preview of the afterlife.
Hold still. Good thing I always keep these in handy.
Mike, remind me to pay you on the stage charges.
No problem. Well, you're going away for a long time. What do you have to say for yourself?
Find out that Dr. X's name, Mother. I'll send you some skin cells for cloning.
Wait, don't close the curtains, Mr. Culpepper.
Good grief, what's the matter?
This telegram just came in for you. They say it's urgent.
Sorry, but I best see what it's all about. It's from Mr. St. John. He says he just came to from a drug-induced coma. And when he awoke, the fantastic solution to the plague was crystal clear. Oh my, really? Yes. That's brilliant. This new ending is better than any of the possible conclusions he came up with before. You simply have to see it. It'll take a few minutes to go over the changes with the cast, but I think they can handle it. Oh, I see some clues that need go in the first act, so I guess we're just gonna have to do the entire play again.
Oh, that's it.
Wait, back down!
Of what they did tonight. So thank you so much, guys. I want my seniors to step out. All right. Some of these seniors have been with us since they were freshmen. Raise your hands. There you go. They without them, except for we have a lot of great juniors, we have great sophomores, and we have a few freshmen too. Raise your hand, freshmen came out. Special thanks to Mr. Robinson and to Richard Stroud for building our sets. It maybe looks a little simple, but those French doors and those steps down took a lot of time. I really, really appreciated everything you did. And I want to thank Elizabeth McLaughlin again for giving us the furniture, or loaning us the furniture for the play. They have always been very generous to us, and we really, really appreciate it. And my sound people at the back, a lot of sound cues, and my light people who stepped in, really filled the gap for us. They did a fantastic job. And of course, Mrs. Stevens, my co-director, couldn't do it without her. So thank you again. And one more round of applause for the kids